Hi there. It's been a while I haven't posted anything, but today I wanted to show you a little script that I've done a few months ago for panning and zooming within a plate. There's already a script that you can find on the internet, a mail script that you can find on the internet, but I thought it was pretty limited, so I've decided to kind of improve the whole thing. And basically it is the mail script is only in mono and stuff like that, so I've decided to write it in stereo and add more functionalities to the script. So basically I have a pretty simple scene here. I have two cameras, a left camera and a right camera. For the script to work, you need to name it left cam and right cam. And I have a sphere here that we will play with a little bit later. So I'm going to show you the script after and the entry point, so you'll be able to, you don't have this menu here, but the tool is called CameraZoomTool. And I'm going to show you the entry point and so on and so forth a little bit later. So basically what people have to do when they kind of did the tracking and stuff like that, they import a kind of not a point cloud, but I would say a lot of locators within the scene, and they have to just make sure that they are set in the proper place. The other reason for this script is that animators have to place their character in Z at the right position, so kind of the depth has to be correct so it works with the plate. People from doing layout also have to place their objects so they fit the plate, so they need to know the position of the Z position of their objects. So that's why I wrote this script. So basically what people have to do is they have to toggle between the left camera and the right camera. Okay, here it's written in the plate obviously, but at the bottom here, here we can read left cam, and if I go the right cam, we can read right cam here. So basically people have to toggle between the left cam and right cam, but it's a really tedious task to do that. Another way to do that is probably to drag and drop the camera onto the canvas, and you can toggle from the right cam, left cam, but as you can see, it's not really intuitive. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to break the script. So if I go and enable the camera zoom tool, the first thing it says, oh, it's not right. Please click on the view or switch to a valid camera. So what you have to do is you have to click on one or the other camera. So if I click on the view, now there's a little highlight saying that okay, you've clicked on the left camera, and then after you can enable the tool. So basically, what it does, the first thing it does, it locks the camera. So even if you use the Alt button, you cannot do anything with the you cannot zoom, you cannot rotate, you can do anything, and it changes the cursor to a little hand here. So it added two buttons, a frame object and the enable tool button. So if you left click on your mouse, what it does is just toggle between the left camera and the right camera, which is obviously a lot easier than having to go to the panel or drag and drop the camera into the canvas. So the other thing that you can do is you can I did play with the overscan for zooming. So you can zoom out, you can obviously zoom in. If you control left click, if you control left click, you can zoom in or zoom out using the overscan. If I middle click and using control, I can pan in Y and X. So as you can see, so wherever I am, I can play with the zoom. It's not moving the camera. If I go in a perspective view, and if it works, I'm going to tear off a copy, and obviously it's going to take a while because there's some refreshing problem with Maya. But anyway, as soon as it pops up, I'm going to show you how it works. Basically, I'm going to go back to the tool. Here it is. So as you can see, I have my cameras here. I have the left camera selected and the other one. So if I zoom out, obviously it doesn't move the camera, so it does not affect the camera. And if I toggle from one camera to the other, I can see the camera. If I'm on in the right camera, I just see the left camera and vice versa. So if I want to go back to the original zoom or cancel the zoom, all I have to do is shift left click, and then I can just zoom, toggle between the left cam and the right cam after. Okay. If I just shift middle click, I'm disabling the tool for a moment, so I can now play with the camera, going into the perspective, playing with my my Z. So if I just go back in the left view, I can just enable the tool here, and I'm back with the CameraZoomTool. If I pressed shift middle click and exit the tool, what I can do is I can frame the object. And now what it does, it just center the object in the center of the film back, in the center of the camera. So after that, the camera, the object is center. So the plates are moving, but not the object. Okay? So if I want to go back, which is pretty handy if you want to exactly know if your point is really well located, at the right spot. If the plate moves, it's not properly placed. So if I go back and by pressing shift left click and just go back to the original settings. If I just shift middle click again, it is working properly because I do have a sphere and the pivot is in the center of the sphere. But what if I have a character skinned? The pivot should be in the center of the scene and not of the object. So basically what you can do, you can select a few, one or more vertices, and you can center them into the camera. And then after, you can do exactly the same thing. You can just toggle from the left camera to see if your object is properly placed. So if I just shift left click again, I'm just going back to the original position. So if I just, for instance, select only one vertices and frame it, you will see that this vertices it appears to be moving, but because the cameras aren't valid, so I can toggle from the left camera or the right camera. So shift left click to return to the original settings. And for the people who are not really familiar with stereoscopy, here, if I have for instance, a left camera here, okay, and I do have another camera here. Let's say that it's the right camera and the left camera. First, the distance between the cameras is called interocular, I think. I'm not sure. Sorry for my English. Whoops. Interocular, and the little points here that we're focusing on is, we call it convergence. Sorry, I'm using a really small small tablet here. Here it's the the television. So every character that is in front of the point here appears to be out of the television, and every character that appears are in this area here appear to be inside of the TV. So this tool is pretty handy for animators that needs to know the Z position of their objects, so they can properly place the object depending on the character, and so on and so forth. So basically, just to do it again, you just left click to toggle the camera. You can control left click to zoom in or zoom out, or left middle click to pan here. Okay, shift left click is to return to the original position. If you shift middle click, you just exit the tool, so you can re-enable the tool here and restart over again. To for the script here, I do have, all the shortcuts are here. So control left mouse button, zoom in, zooms in or out, and so on and so forth. The entry point for your script is totally obviously at the bottom. This is a Python script here, so you have to call the camera drag first, and if it's done properly, okay, here this is the you will probably have to change this line here. It has to point to your module. So camera drag context press is obviously another definition here. Should be camera drag here. Context drag or context press. Anyway, context press here. So basically, that's the script. I'll try to post it it should be at the bottom of the at the page, probably close to the ZP locator that I've showed you earlier. So if you have any questions, well, feel free to send me an email. Thank you.